Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our subscribers from around the world. We welcome you to the second episode of International Citizenship Talk. Before we proceed, we would like to mention that this session is basically meant for educational purpose. We do not promote any individual or an organization. We always suggest that you practice your due diligence before making any kind of investments. At the same time, we would like to invite a special guest today who has been with us, and I've been knowing her since last 4 to 5 years. It's a blessing in disguise to know her as well. Kalish Mera Mary. Mary is the CEO and head of legal of Golden Visa Greece by Energopiisi Greece. Welcome, Mary.
Well, very nice to meet you, dear Mayank. Thank you for the invitation and the chance to participate in this event. Um, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all people that are hearing us. I am here to provide my feedback for this big question, global international citizenship talk.
Absolutely, Mary. Mary, before we start, it'll be interesting to know something about yourself. How did you land up in the whole process of the Golden Visa Greece? And what is your expertise? I mean, how many success stories you have? What has been the real notion about the upcoming strategies? All of these we'll be discussing during this session. But to start with, let us know your expertise and how everything went across and you decided to basically start the Golden Visa Greece.
Long story. The truth is that I was my basic studies are in law degree. I have a
Hmm.
law degree,
Hmm.
but as usually happens in life, when for other things you start, you are finding yourself in other fields, and you follow the life as it goes. I was working for 31 years in National Bank of Greece, the biggest bank of our country, and decided during crisis to change the route. I was very lucky, I can say that I joined at that time to Energopiisi, as the company was called during this time,
Hmm.
and we started to deal with foreign investments. And the truth is that if you if I could share my feelings
Hmm.
at those times where everything was very difficult in my country,
Hmm.
to speak, to deal, and to be engaged in investments in such times, it was really a big luck for me.
Hmm.
I joined with Energopiisi in 2011 when it was established. I was a part of establishment from the
Hmm.
very beginning,
Hmm.
and we started with foreign investments in energy sector. So we met Golden Visa SIM from the very beginning when it was established 2013. It was the first law regarding Golden Visa Greece. Of
Hmm.
course, a lot of changes after that happened. I, I could say that we were a part of these changes. It was a very open dialogue between the governments and the key players of the market about the program.
Hmm.
And we are here now.
Very nice. So just to mention to our viewers that Greece is in fact one of the most preferred destinations in the current times. A lot of Indians are investing in Greece, considering the history, the culture, the security, and the safety that it has. Mary has been one of the driving force since the beginning itself, when the actual the residency residency through investment started happening in Greece as well. So there are many things we would like to understand from you, Mary. To start with, what makes Greece as one of the most attractive destinations, and how you can differentiate from the others which are available in the market, specifically to attain the golden visa.
The truth is that the Greek Golden Visa program was, from the very beginning, one of the best options of the industry. But I couldn't say that it was so successful from the beginning because it was not well promoted. This is my personal opinion. Even in India, and you can confirm in a way, it became popular during the last 2 years, not before. Our program is very flexible, very quick, and I could say very affordable. Of course, up to now, because due to changes, things are becoming different.
Mhm.
But up to now, it was one of the most affordable programs all over the world. You could start your investment from 250. The three options were provided and are still provided to the investors. And the whole process was always very quick and very flexible. From 3 to 4 months, you could have implemented your investment and you could have already your residence permit. I would like to say that there are many factors that make a program, let's say,
Mhm.
popular. The one is the options that the program provides. The
Mhm.
second is the procedure and the timeline that is required.
True.
And there is always a factor which plays a significant role,
True.
the country itself.
Mhm.
Uh, I believe that from every aspect, the Greek program was and still remains one of the best programs all over the world. Not
Mhm.
because I am Greek, but really Greece is a country that could meet, according to my opinion, the requirement, sorry, the requirements of every potential investor.
Interesting, interesting. So, Mary, of course, this was one of the things which I wanted to speak to you about. What makes Greece as an attractive destination for investments? And apart from that, what basically attracts a lot of tourists also to Greece? I know there are many significant factors which are evolving around, but we would like to hear from you as to how Greece has been a potential source or hub for a lot of visitors, people who want to explore new opportunities in Greece as well. At the same time, there are a lot of tourist attractions also. So if you can just give a brief overview about that, that'd be quite interesting.
Would you like to discuss about why Greece or
Yes,
start from the program? Because
yes.
as we said, there are many factors that make somebody to think about an investment destination.
Mhm.
I would like to mention at that point that the reasons for somebody to think about a residence or okay, a citizenship program. Of course, Greece does not offer a citizenship program, but there are a lot of reasons.
Mhm.
There are reasons of, let's say, mobility, easy mobility to every destination,
Mhm.
which is not something that differentiate our program from others. This
Mhm.
is something that is from everybody provided.
Mhm.
There are reasons for the real relocation process. There are
Mhm.
people who are really interested to be relocated, and
Mhm.
there are also potential investors who are interested to have only the right to do, only the option to do. From many aspects, let's start from one view,
Mhm.
from each one.
Mhm.
I believe that our program is a good option.
Mhm. True.
Let's start from the program itself. You have the right to, under 250,000 euros, at least as the minimum one at the beginning, to have access in investments of the country in real estate sector
Mhm.
or in uh, financial assets,
Mhm.
or even to make any investment that would be of your interest.
Mhm.
Second, you are not required to stay not even a day in the country. You can have your residence permit, you can have access to educational or healthcare system of the country, but you are not required to spend not even a day. And let's go to the last option, which during the last years is being more and more increased,
Mhm.
and especially from Americans. And this is something worth to be discussed. And
Absolutely.
for relocation, there are
Yeah.
people that during the last, after COVID, I could say,
Mhm.
and this is an issue to be discussed separately,
Mhm.
who start to relocate in the country. If we open the discussion why Greece as a country,
Mhm.
I would say too many things.
Mhm.
Greece
Mhm.
is a small country, but from the other side, it's a very nice, a very peaceful country, and that everyone could find its own place to
Mhm.
stay,
Mhm.
and not only to stay physically. It's some years before our tourism campaign was leave your myth in Greece.
Mhm.
Everyone can find its own um, how can I say, its own life in Greece.
Mhm.
The country
Absolutely.
creates this feeling.
Mhm. Yeah, that's absolutely true because that's one of the most favored destinations for our Bollywood also. We have seen a lot of movies being made in Greece itself because of the natural beauty. In fact, today also I'm wearing the same color of Greece flag as well. Pretty much similar.
It's not only the beauty of the country, and
Yeah,
it's not only the environment, it's not only the places.
it's the
It's
people.
this country has something that i- if you come, you can discover your own path. It gives
Absolutely.
you this option to create your path in the country. Of course, we could say a lot about Mykonos, Santorini, lifestyle, but you have the opportunity to really shortlist your option and to create your option in this country. It's
Absolutely.
not
It's
it's not a country which is standardized.
hmm
You can
hmm
find small villages, you can find nice places, but each one can really create its
hmm
own life.
Absolutely. It's like a home away from home for people coming from different parts of the world.
That's my
Okay.
opinion, of course, but it's an open invitation to everybody.
Fantastic, fantastic, Barry. And I'm hoping that all our subscribers and viewers right now are listening to it. It's very interesting because even though I have not got the opportunity to be in Greece, but I've met a lot of people in last couple of years, and every time I meet, everybody seems to be so similar. There are so kind people. They are so helpful. They're always there to guide you
Very
in the
open, very
conversation.
open to
Very open.
foreigners, very friendly to
Very
foreigners.
absolutely.
A lot of Greek people are speaking also English. It's easy to be served in Greece. And I would like also to mention that during the last, after 2020, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
2019, where the Greek government was changed,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Greece also became a really worth of thinking at least about investment destination. It's not only the country, it's not only the program, it's also a very attractive destination in terms of investment. The
True.
Greek economy, after 10-year crisis, it's becoming more and more strong. And even if you really are interested only for investment reasons
Mm-hmm.
and rate of returns and all this, Greek economy is something that you have to take into consideration.
Absolutely. And before moving on to the other questions, there is one question that just came to my mind that as a group of company, as you have a bigger perspective also apart from Golden Visa, you are looking for investments in different sectors as well, I believe. Can you help our subscribers who are actually viewing the session right now that what all opportunities it brings along with you? Because if they are looking in for investments in Greece, how can you help them? So, say for example, in a layman's language, I am somebody who's looking for investments in Greece, and I come to you saying that, of course, I am looking in for golden visa post my investments. What all areas I can invest in? Which are the most lucrative options that I have?
Look, the truth is that in terms of our company's objects, our company dealing with three main, let's say,
Pillars.
sectors,
Hmm.
pillars. Yes, the one is energy sector is the our starting point and our strong point as company. From solar parks up to wind parks, and even developing every kind of, let's say, renewable energy project.
Hmm.
The second part is real estate developments, but I believe that our main activity, this is something that what I believe, is that we decided when we started to establish a one-stop shop for the foreign investors. Our
Excellent.
main vision was from the beginning uh, to, to provide to our clients a consultancy from A to Z,
Hmm.
to feel secured, to feel safe that from the very first beginning up to the end, we are here, we are partners,
Hmm.
and um, we will cover every issue that will be raised in when you start to think about a foreign investment. And the truth is that, okay, you can discuss about a potential investment. You can allocate investments for the clients.
Hmm.
You can do the legal, technical, every aspect. But there are so many details in the
Hmm.
bureaucracy of the country that really can be covered only if you have a partner of the other side. And
Absolutely.
I would say that our company is much dedicated to
Mhm.
provide this kind of support to any foreign investor.
Fantastic. So that was supposed to be my second question. Now, do you have partners in different parts of the world? And if yes, which all countries you are catering to right now?
You mean if we are collaborating with partners for introducing us clients, or
Yes. And assisting you in terms of the process also. So, say for example, if somebody from India wish to invest in Greece and they introduce you to a client, they would also need some kind of a smooth process starting as a starting point from India. So, say for example, if I plan to invest today, I need a chartered accountant in India also to help me out with the legal proceedings in India at the same time, apart from the investments in Greece. So, do you have that?
uh, our let me explain how our firm is being, let's say, structured.
Sure.
And, and this started from the very beginning because our first clients, when in those difficult times,
Hmm.
were very big companies from Asia and more specifically from China in
Hmm.
energy sector.
Hmm.
We established a network with local partners or international partners in order to support the cross-border transactions
Hmm.
because they are much demanding.
Hmm.
So we established a network with tax and legal collaboration
Hmm.
in, in key point countries depending on our investors
Hmm.
in order to be able to support all the multi-countries or cross-border transactions.
Hmm.
This
Hmm.
helped us from the very beginning, even
Hmm.
for smaller transactions like golden visa individual investments, to be very well informed and to be able to support in terms of not only in Greek territory, but how this affect a foreign investor in any movement between two countries or sometimes three countries. In
Hmm.
terms of golden visa, we are collaborating uh, with partners in the countries from where we have the most incoming investors. India is one of these countries, and we are usually providing them a support even before coming. How this will be affect, how this investment will affect their in India situation, or of course in Greece.
Mhm. Makes sense. Makes sense. Because that is one of the common questions that everybody has. Because even if they are willing to invest, so they don't have a really common platform which can help them out. Because every country has a different way of working. Some are very easily approachable. Some have double taxation benefits, while the others don't. So it is important to get all this information, and I believe your team is there to help them and handhold them for any kind of help required during that time.
Just to give you a small example of what I am saying. First of all, I didn't mention that our company has hired from the very beginning
Mhm.
uh, not only Greek employees, but also employees from foreign countries
Mhm.
in order to support our foreign investors. Of course, we don't have from every country an employee, but we have Turkish employee, we have a Chinese-speaking employee from Hong Kong, we have Indian employee. That means something more than speaking English or providing your services in English.
True.
It means that our clients can feel more comfortable when
Yeah.
are coming to discuss about their plans. And also there is somebody who can understand better what they have in mind.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Also, we are very, we are we are aware of the documents that a country can provide. The, in the process, you need a strong documentation in order to all the legal and personal KYC procedure to be
Mhm.
fulfilled, either from our company or from the banks or from the system.
Mhm.
It's much important to know exactly what kind of documents each country can provide
True.
according to the required process. It's easy for the client to tell them you have to prepare this, and not just a general list, which can
Absolutely.
perhaps sometimes cannot be applicable in the country.
Absolutely. And I believe you will be also doing a lot of due diligence before getting somebody doing any investments in Greece. A
And
lot of background checks must be done before actually the person gets his investment done in Greece as such.
this is much important because if you don't do that, you cannot at least ensure the let's say the good end of the process. It's
True.
not it's not against. It's really in terms of protection, even of the investor, to have been subject to a very right due diligence. It's not only the law. First of all, in Greece, we have a very strong law about the KYC
Hmm.
process.
Hmm.
All the involved parties in investments or in transactions of foreigners have to make own, and they are responsible for their own KYC due diligence. It's not
Hmm.
just general. Each party which is
Hmm.
involved in the process has its own responsibility against the law.
Hmm.
But I would really say at that point that it is also security for the client, because from this process the good result and the safe result will be secured.
True, 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 true. And ultimately, every country should follow a very high level of due diligence because it's about making somebody a part of you. And if you don't follow that, it's going to be difficult in future because you are not able to rely on only on papers. So there has to be a proper background check which needs to be done before making any kind of recommendations for investments too. So that is interesting. Now, coming to the most important part of the whole discussion today is about the future outlook of the program. So, from your per se and your perspective, we need to understand what is the potential developments and potential changes which are happening in regulation. How do you perceive it? And absolutely, it's going to be an individual call. This is what you think. which we need to understand better, because once they come in the market and whatever dates that are being allocated in terms of the period when it's going to be implemented, it's more important to understand till what time one can actually invest now. And that is a very big question mark. They need to understand if their investment is safe if they invest now, or it's going to be a little tricky in terms of doing investments now. How you perceive it, and what are your suggestions?
Very big question. So, the truth is that from the 1st of April, we had a second great change in our program. I personally believe that it is a part of more changes that we are going to face in the citizenship or residency global market.
Hmm.
Um, but let's be focused in our program. The new changes are regarding the minimum investment amount, which has been set to 800,000 euros or to 400,000 euros. And please give me the chance to explain a little about that. The now existing amounts from the 1st of April is the 400,000 euros for whole Greece and 800,000 euros for specific areas like the whole Attica,
Hmm.
including of course Athens, Thessaloniki, Mykonos, Santorini, and every island in Greece that have a population more than 3,000 people, residents. But there is a window for everybody who is interested to take the advantage of the previous existing minimum amounts, 250 or 500. Everyone who will be able until the end of August of 2024 to have allocate an investment and be able to pay a 10% as advanced payment in order to engage the property, he he has the advantage to be included in the previous minimum amounts, with
Hmm.
the obligation, of course, to finalize the investment until the end of the current year.
Hmm. True.
I believe that it is a very okay. It's tight. It's
Hmm.
not so loose and so easy because there is also a very big demand in the market, and the properties are from day to day they are eliminating, but it is an option. I believe everyone who really is interested to take the advantage, he has the time.
Hmm. Fantastic, fantastic. So, just to grab the audience interest, also, I think a lot of subscribers would be thinking your final thought of or piece of advice to them who are looking in for investments in Greece.
You mean the advice of where to be focused in terms of investments?
Absolutely.
I believe, Mayank, that this is an issue of each one himself, because it's good to say, okay, the real estate sector in Greece is an upcoming field. A lot of, first of all, the prices before crisis have not even reached yet. There
Hmm.
are still margin plays in the prices of Greek real estate sector, and but I believe that it's better to leave each one to, you know, to to express his interest, because if we are speaking about, there are two different issues. Let me explain how I'm thinking about that.
Please.
One is the golden visa programs, which are all these benefits that are well known to everyone.
Hmm.
The second is um, the investments that can support such kind of programs.
Hmm.
In our program, as we discussed at the beginning, there are three routes. One is the property route, which is very popular, very familiar to everyone.
Hmm.
The second are the investments in government bonds, in mutual funds, in shares of
Mhm.
companies. And the third option is to make any investment in any sector of the Greek economy which will have a positive impact in the economy.
Mhm.
Uh, According to my opinion, there is no advice. Each one can really choose its own route. Of course, property route is the most, you know, popular.
Pref-
And for everyone, it's easy to understand the the aspect of to have a property. But
yes,
I could really ask, why not an investment of any sector that could be in the interest of anyone?
absolutely, absolutely. So
Why
ultimately,
not, why
yeah,
not to expand your business in Greece? This is a
exactly.
route that really didn't, nobody can, should, of course, it's also our responsibility because we didn't promote. It's more easy to sell the
Hmm.
property option.
Hmm.
Everyone can understand, but according to my opinion, it's not the right way if you want to advise investors. Your role, our role,
Hmm.
is to listen, to understand, to feel what the client has in his mind, and afterwards to provide the available options. It's not do that. It's let me hear, let me listen, let me understand what you are interested in. There are
Hmm.
so many clients who came for Golden Visa,
Hmm.
bought a property, did
Hmm.
their investment, and now are own clients for their companies, for establishing branches of their companies, doing
Hmm.
other things. I believe that Golden Visa is, let's say, the starting point.
True, true,
It's not
true.
the it's not the destination. It's not the final point. It's the starting point.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to all our viewers, this is coming from a veteran in the industry. She has been there. She knows how things work. So I think you should consider her opinion also and her advice also as to how you need to take the investment forwards. Real estate is, of course, one of the factors, but yes, there are multiple you can look into. So this was really great, Mary. But before we conclude, anything which comes to your mind which you think that we have not covered or you think is important for our viewers?
I would like to mention something that really makes me always to be surprised by speaking with its client. First of all, each client it's an individual case. In
Hmm.
this industry, in this market, you cannot say that you have standardized approach. Of course, you have a standard program. Of course, you have a standard process. But each case, each client, it's an individual case, an individual project, let's say.
Hmm.
Um, it's something that always makes me feel very, emotionally engaged in this job. Is
Hmm.
that when you are speaking with potential clients, each one has its own reasons.
Absolutely.
Each one looks for something else. There are people who are interested for just a mobility, just to feel free that whatever it happens,
Hmm.
they have a plan B. There are people who are interested for tax incentives, for investment incentives, for ROI, for rate of returns.
Hmm.
There are people who are interested to be retired in another country. So I believe that these programs, which according to my opinion, although they are being changed and are being developed, and we are all of us we are living a lot of changes every year, um, there will be always there because the the world is open. Borders have been, let's say, been more loose.
Hmm.
People know and know very well what happens. the information is fluid. Everyone can take the information.
Absolutely.
So I believe that everyone who is interested to move this to this direction has to take their to take his actions quickly. The
Hmm.
environment is being changed. It's better to do whatever you have in mind to do quickly in order just to ensure that you have your plan B. And everyone needs a plan B, especially after COVID. People mindsets have been much changed.
Absolutely, absolutely. The world is changing every moment, as I said in my last vlog as well, and it's very dynamic. So you have to take your actions in a more planned but more proactively, because every country has their own new rules and regulation coming in picture to safeguard their own interest, which is very important. And I think there is equal opportunities available for people who are looking for investments now. So let's move from that perspective per se. And last but not the least, thank you so much, Mary, for your time. It was wonderful having you with us. There couldn't be a better day we could have chosen for hosting this vlog that we have started off. And for any information related to investments in Greece, you can definitely come can speak to Mary. The details will be provided in the comment sections below. And in case you need any further information regarding investments in Greece, Mary, can you suggest which all portals one can actually visit to get more information about the new rules and regulations?
Thank you to Mayan. Thank you all our audience, and we are really here in order to support, to assist, and to take everything from the very first moment.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much once again, Mary. And to all our viewers, please do not forget to like and subscribe the page, and kindly press the bell icon for more information and more such interesting videos. And as they say in Greece, afteristo, telemesintoma.
Perfect, Mayan. Ευχαριστώ επίσης πολύ.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye, Mary.